welcome to another Team Clueless Battle Report. Today we have Sai over there,
Hi.
piloting evil Tzeentch Chaos Space Marines, versus Nick, piloting
Hello.
evil Khorne Chaos Demons.
Or the good guys.
I like to think of you both as the bad guys. So today's mission is called Chaotic Clash. This is our battlefield. We're in Nick's front room at the minute because Nick's wife is on holiday. Sweet. So we're playing 40k in the front room. Yeah. Nick, look downtrodden and really upset that she's not here.
Oh, dear. She's not going to see the video anyway.
No, only when he plays it in the bedroom one night. She's like, what are they talking about me for?
I'll hide the pile of board games over here for afterwards.
So we're having a game of 40k in the morning and then some other mates coming around this afternoon. We're playing board games all day. So an excellent day, really. So this mission, Chaotic Clash, is fought between two Chaos forces, which the boys will go through in a moment. We are playing table edge to table edge. We'll go through the setup when they have deployed. The mission basically resolves around gaining victory points. Shocker. The victory points can be gained in a variety of ways, he says, bending over to attempt to pick up the bit of paper he put down. So each side can gain victory points in the following ways. For every opposing chaos character they kill. So it's a bit about assassination, so you get 1 victory point for doing that. If you control at the start of your turn, not including the first turn, one of these 2 temple areas, then you gain a victory point. Control is decided measuring from the skull in the centre of the temples. If you use a character who is on this greater summoning platform to use the demonic ritual power and summon a unit, you gain a victory point. So you gain victory points for summoning unit. We're playing a power level game today, 70 power level. So we're also allowing unlimited summons. There is a slight rule to curb that later on, but I'll get to that. So +1 VP if you summon a unit with a character on the platform. You get +1 victory point if you kill the opposing Chaos Warlord. So slay the Warlords in there, but there are no other secondaries. The last thing is if you control the ritual platform, when the game ends, you gain +3 victory points. So control is anybody on top of it. You've got to have more than your opponent, and objective secured does count, but both armies do have objective secured things. Another slight rule is, he again bends down. We have Fickle Gods. If you attempt to summon a unit, you halve the result of a demonic ritual if you have already summoned a unit this turn. So the first unit you summon, you get 3, kind of like you get your maximum that you normally do from a demonic ritual, but the second one you have to halve the result. So it's just to stop the board getting completely flooded with summoning. And the last rule is a greater ritual platform. If your character does the summoning ritual while standing on top of the ritual platform, you can spend a command point, and that lets you re-roll 1, 2, 3 dice, whichever you choose of your summoning roll. So pick the lowest, re-roll them, and also the units you summon can appear anywhere that is more than 6 inches away from the enemy instead of the usual 9. So you can summon in a unit and it can get to close combat nice and quick, or comes in and it'll be in weapon range better. So they are the rules. Let's do the armies.
Right. Well, my army today is a Renegade army led by Khorne. He's supported by a Demon Prince of Tzeentch. You can also see we've got a nice Defiler and a Predator in there. A group of Rubik Marines, sorry.
Yeah, they ain't Thousand Suns time.
Got a small group of Marines, a nice big blob of cultists, and a second unit of Marines there, slightly larger than the first though. So yeah, that's my side. Nick?
Yeah. I'll just take the camera, so stopping and starting. My army, we're led by my nicely painted Bloodthirster. We've also got a Demon Prince, myself with wings. And I've got a Herald of Khorne as well. They're my 3 characters I'm taking. I'm taking a Soul Grinder. I've got 3 Blood Crushers. That's got the Icon of Khorne and Instrument of Khorne in that unit. We've got 3 units of Bloodletters. This unit at the front here, we've got an Icon of Khorne and Instrument of Khorne as well. And I've also got 5 Fleshhounds. That's all I've got in my army at the moment to start with.
Just quickly while we're still on video, which are your 2 warlords?
Bloodthirster for me, obviously.
Choice, Nick.
Khorne for me.
And Khorne there for Sai.
Excellent.
So.
Okay, so this is the setup at the start of the game. Nick is on this side, and he has won the role to go first. So he's got some flesh hounds down here and some bloodletters here, ready to leap forward and try and claim that. Remember, you score a victory point if you control that at the start of your turn. Then we have the Demon Prince hiding in the trees, some more bloodletters. We've got the Soul Grinder there. These are Chaos Furies, because we hadn't realised that the errata had changed the points on the units of bloodletters, or changed the power level on the units of bloodletters. So Nick had 3 power extra, so we've added in some Chaos Furies, which are, these are Vespid models, aren't they?
Yep. They're
Then
Chaos
we've
Fury
got,
models.
sorry, they're Chaos Fury models, obviously. You won't want to use the real Chaos Fury models. We've got Juggernauts there, the Bloodthirster is hiding behind here, and some more Flesh Hounds at the end. Sai has set up some Chaos Space Marines there, a load of Cultists with Huron there. We've got the Defiler facing off against the Soul Grinder. In the centre there we have the Predator, then the Demon Prince hiding behind the Thousand Suns, the Rubric Marines. Some more Chaos Space Marines at the end there. Sai, have you decided if you wish to try and seize the initiative?
I think I'm going to let Nick go first.
He's going to let Nick go first.
Big mistake.
Remember, end of the game, you get 3 victory points if you control this. So going second, you have basically control over a large swing in victory points, which I suspect is what Sai is planning for. And you may want Nick to get closer to him so he can shoot him easier. Let's see what happens.
This is the end of Khorne turn 1. Not a lot happens because it's Khorne. There's not a lot of shooting.
Nope.
At the beginning of my turn, the Soul Grinder was mainly shooting. But so literally everything's advanced up. Over this side, things didn't get as much of an advance, but Bloodletters come up.
You got good
Blood
control
Crushers
of this
here.
objective there. You got 4 units
The
nearby.
Bloodthirster got a 5-inch advance roll, so he's literally smashed his way through the ruins to go. I'm coming
And
at
he
you."
lashed a Space Marine to death.
Yes, he whipped his lash out. The Chaos Fuse advanced up. Soul Grinder shot at the Predator. It did 3 wounds to it.
Yeah, it's down to 8 hull points. It
Yeah.
needs a few more to get it to half.
Demon Prince had a shot at it. Save was made.
But more importantly, the
More
Demon
important-
Prince is on the platform.
He is on the platform. The Herald stayed still this turn at the back here and did a summoning, and he brought forth double the firepower for Khorne.
We have an extra Soul Grinder. We only have a limited pool of extra Demon model that I could fit in my bag. So Nick has summoned the only spare Soul Grinder we have, much to Sai's annoyance.
And he shot at the Predator because he comes in counting as moving. I made 1 wound, but Si made the save.
Yeah, it wasn't very accurate, was he?
No, it was a -1 to the AP, so it's a 4-up save. Si made it. The Flesh Hounds have come charging through into the this temple ruins, and the Bloodletters come running up. These guys really, and the Bloodletters there, really did well.
Yeah, this
on
side was
their
really
run.
fast, this side was really slow.
Yeah.
But no victory points scored, but you do control both the temple ruins at this point. If you still
Yeah.
control them next turn, that'll be 2 VPs for yourself. Let's see what Sai's going to do.
Interesting turn. Pretty much everything's shot in the army, but before that we had Psychic Phase, which basically has destroyed some of these harpies down here, or furies even. Smite's done a few wounds on the Bloodthirster.
You did some wounds on
Yeah,
the Bloodletters there.
cleared out some of the Bloodletters down there. And the Demon Prince.
Yeah, did a number on the Demon Prince. You
Got it
got an
down to-
11, didn't
got
you?
it down to 4 wounds, so...
Got down to 4 and charged in.
As far as shooting went, this Soul Grinder has taken...
Yeah, he's
a
below
reasonable
half, so he's been
Yeah.
degraded now.
Yeah.
I think there's a Bloodletter that's died.
Yeah,
from
and you
here.
kill 3 out of this squad.
So...
A few smatterings of weakening stuff,
It
really.
was the Demon Prince
Well, the
combat.
cultist did a point on a wound on the
Yep.
Bloodletter, which was quite nice.
So I made 3 out of 4 saves to keep the Bloodthirster on 1 wound and almost killed him back
The
in the return.
Demon
so-
Prince on 1 wound.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah, so-
I'm on 2, he's on 1.
Yeah, so
So-
you charged in up here, didn't you?
Yeah.
Going first. Nick was on 4 wounds. We really thought he was dead.
He
You're
was gonna
hitting
die,
on 1s,
yeah.
re-rolling, wounding on 3s, but you only got 1 wound through Nick's awesome save rolling. But then Nick rolled really badly to hit you and
Yeah.
to wound you back, and you're now on 2. So that's a bit touch and go there, because even though in Nick's next turn he gets to strike first with models, if he charges with anything, he has to strike with his charging model first. Then you can pay command points to hit Nick's Demon Prince first. So there's a few different tactics Nick can do there, which we'll go through in Nick's turn. Let's see what happens
Into
next.
Turn 2. What could have been an amazing turn, a brilliant turnaround for the Khorne, ended okay.
Yeah, not a bad turn by
Not
any
bad.
means, but
The Chaos Furies have moved back here, and the Bloodletters have gone into the temple to take it over.
yeah, and they've got a solid hold on that.
Yeah,
One thing to say is you've got 2 victory points to start your turn because you control both temples, and Sai's not looking that likely to take them back at the minute unless he can make a concerted push.
No. The Bloodthirster saw Huron hiding at the back of the cultists, behind cultists, and just went, no, we'll have him. Went flying over, got in behind him. 6 wounds in on him.
It was a glorious thing to behold Khorne slaughtering the fleshy mass of Huron.
Took out his little dude that's with him with one. So 5 wounds through on him. 5 saves.
Yeah, Sai, that was pretty impressive saving.
Every hit could have done D6 damage. Obviously 5 wounds on him.
Was it you failed 1 out of the 5 and then command re-rolled it?
Yeah. So
Excellent use of when to use a command re-roll.
Yeah.
Kept your warlord alive, kept a summoner alive, kept a psyker alive. Really good uses.
But on the plus side, I took no wounds back.
Yep. Yeah.
So I could have taken out Warlord. The Blood Crushers have gone charging into the Demon Prince that Sai summoned last turn over here. Did a couple of wounds to him, not many.
Just the one wound.
Just one wound to him.
Yeah. I think a missed
through.
opportunity. The blood crushers are so much better on the charge than they are
It was
after that. And
the actual
combination of your bad rolling and Sai's good saves.
Yeah, Sai made very good saves this turn.
Yeah.
The 2 Soul Grinder shot at Sai's Predator again.
Yeah, it's down a stats. That's
I
good.
got 1 more hit through, so it's 3 more points. Demon Prince combat up here.
Yeah, kind of mutual destruction.
Yeah.
I didn't move, so I managed to do a summoning with my Demon Prince on top of the ritual, giving me another victory point. Hence the entire load of bloodletters.
30 bloodletters have appeared.
I was too short of getting another Bloodthirster.
Yeah.
I chose not to reroll, and I've surrounded my Herald with a bit of protection again.
Yeah, that's it. Because he's your only character left now, isn't he? And the Bloodthirster. He's going to want to move every turn.
So I got a victory point for killing my Demon Prince because he interrupted and did that first.
Yep.
And then my Bloodletters finished off the Demon Prince.
Yeah,
that was left
that's
up
it.
There.
Mutual destruction.
My Bloodletters moved into this temple, so I'm still controlling both
that's
of them
it.
at the moment. And the Flesh Hounds went running off into the small unit of Chaos Marines.
We've
lost one
killed
in
quite a few of them.
We've
That's
lost
nice.
1 in number, taken out 3 of them, and one's taken a wound. So it was all right. As I say, okay round. But if I'd taken out the Warlord,
Would have been really good.
a bit more damage on I didn't expect to kill the Demon Prince, but I would have liked a bit more damage on him. I could have had that fantastic turn.
Let's see how Sai gets back into it. What are the scores on the doors, Nick?
4 to me, 1 to Sai.
4-1, because Nick has killed a couple of characters.
Well,
Over
that
to
was
Sai.
a brilliant turn for me. Basically, shot the hell out of some bloodthirsters, then they bloodletters, then they disappeared.
Yep.
Smited the juggernauts to death.
He did 5 wounds with various smites to them.
Yeah.
Smited and then finished in combat.
Yeah.
Huron did a tactical withdrawal, is that fair to say?
Cowardly runaway.
A strategic withdrawal.
Yeah.
The cultists and defiler went into the bloodthirster, doing it a reasonable amount of damage.
Yes,
It's down to 8.
Bloodthirst down to 8. Defiler's down to 9, but it regens, so...
I managed to summon a exalted flamer.
Yep.
Between that and my
Rubric Marines.
I've got to say Thousand Suns.
Blue ones.
They've wiped out the Flesh Hounds.
Nice.
And my Predator does some more damage to the...
Down to 3 wounds, the
that's
Soul Grinder.
pretty useless now. So, yeah.
Overall, awesome turn.
Very
Turned down
good.
pretty well, yeah.
Let's see what happens next. Auspex scan received, Commander. We can see there is demonic infestation on the planet below. What should we do?
Let's deep strike. Let's kill them.
Teleportation chamber prepared.
The Xenos.
Deep
Chaos.
strike
Heretics.
imminent. Okay, what this means is the Grey Knights are coming to the battle. The game is now turning into a 3-player game with a force of Grey Knights joining the fray. So these are the Grey Knights that are coming. We have a Grandmaster in Dread Knight with all the gubbins on him. He's got a Gatling silencer, a great big hammer, all kinds of stuff. Other HQs, we have a Librarian, we have a Brother Captain, Then for troops, we have a 6-man Terminator squad, 2 5-man strike squads, and lastly we have an Ancient, the guy with the banner. He is increasing all the attacks of models near him by 1. So the way it's going to work is the Grey Knights are going to now deep strike in at the start of turn 3, and the turn order will now be myself followed by Nick with the Demons and then Si with the Chaos Marines. But I have different victory conditions to these guys. So, if at the end of the game, the Chaos player wins if they have more victory points than the other Chaos player, so still the same as it was, they can now gain victory points for every Grey Knight unit they kill, and they gain an additional 1 if they kill the Grey Knight Warlord. But I can win the game if I fulfill certain conditions. I just flat out win. So, if when the game ends, I control both of the Ruined Temples, I win the game. Or, if when the game ends, I have a character on the summoning platform and no Chaos characters are on the summoning platform. Might be the easiest thing to do, who knows, but the problem is, because I go first in the turn order, say if I put my character up there, both of them get a turn to remove my character. Because I suspect the brothers Pedley may gang up against the Grey Knights with their Chaos forces, but remember, if I don't win, one of them will. There's no mutual win going on over there.
Yeah, there is.
No, I don't think there is.
Definitely mutual win.
So let's see what happens. So I'm now going to deep strike in, and then I'll show you at the end of my turn what I did. End of Grey Knight turn 3. So all of my units deep struck onto the board to take the fight to the Demons and attempt to take control of various parts of the battlefield. Unfortunately, due to the Nick attacking Si's lines quite ferociously, there's so much stuff on Si's side of the board that I couldn't really deploy anywhere other than the far corner. So instead I decided to drop down behind Nick's lines, over here and over there. Generally aiming to come and take the 2 temples and hold them. One thing of note, I do have the ability to teleport with a psychic power, so I can swap sides with certain ones of my units. My librarian has the power, as do the Terminator squad over there, but remember you can only cast a certain psychic power once per turn. Okay, so we all dropped in and opened fire. My smites did a fair amount of damage. I did, I think, 5 or so wounds to this with smites.
Yeah.
Over there, I did 3 wounds to the bloodletters, and then I shot at the bloodletters and morale finished them off. I dropped in my Terminator squad and the banner over there. Over here, I dropped in these, cast various smites. I was failing a few rolls over here. These guys dropped in, opened fire, but didn't do anything to the Space Marines. These guys all dropped in here, opened fire, contributed to the damage there, killed a few of the big blob of bloodletters, and then this guy here attempted to charge. I've got the Warlord trait that lets me re-roll all my charges, so I thought, not a bad chance of getting in, failed to get in, and it cost me a command point because I had to re-roll a save against the Overwatch from Nick, so not the best of opening turns really. I wanted to kill that Soul Grinder. I did, however, kill the other Soul Grinder, so taken down some of the threat. Now is the time to see how the sides of Chaos are going to respond.
I didn't realise how cowardly Chaos Grey Knights were. He could have tried charging in with him. No,
seriously,
he didn't want to.
If you're this guy, are you going to charge something that's 10 times
You're
the size
a Space
of it?
Marine. You're not supposed to get
We know
that.
no fear, but we're also intelligent. Let's see how the foul spawn of Chaos are going to do. Quick newsflash video here. The 2 Chaos players appear to be trying to come to some agreement about killing the poor Grey Knights.
With me! Bloodthirster's free to take him on!
Apparently so. Nick, do you really trust a Tzeentch player, the Lord of Change?
You don't trust the Heretic brothers to try and go, let's get these Grey Knights.
We shall see. We can fight both of you at one time. That's no problem. We shall come back in a minute. You join us at the end of the traitorous Khorne's turn 3.
It's not my fault. Everything is on my side of the
So, Nick,
board.
go through what you did against Si this turn.
Against Si, we come to our agreement, and I moved my Bloodthirster out of combat, and I've brought him over towards the ritual platform. That was it. I haven't shot him, I haven't done anything to this Tzeentch.
Nice.
There's scum on the board now. Proper scum.
I think you like to think of them as pure knights in silver. What else happened? You shot this fucker?
The Soul Grinder, I shot at the cowardly Grey Knight who wouldn't even dare charge in combat, and did 3 wounds to him.
Yep.
It was 2 for. I got 2 wounds for him. It did 3. I only managed 3. I attempted to charge him, failed that.
Yep. And other than that, you just moved your big blob?
The big blob have moved over towards this temple. The Herald summoned a Demon Prince.
Nice, racking up the amount of. I think Nick's up to 30-something power he's summoned so far this game.
Yeah, well, yeah, because he summoned a Demon Prince. 30,
They've been summoned,
a blob of them,
and a Soul Grinder.
And the Soul Grinder's been summoned, so...
34 points, I think.
The couple of bloodletters that were over here have just moved over to soak up any fire from Grey Knights that might affect the Bloodthirster before combat ensues, because Grey Knights will probably try and weaken him, because they couldn't take him on as he is.
Put him about there and say that. Okay, so that's end of your turn. Let's see what Sai does.
I had a couple things to move. I had nothing over at Sai.
Let's see who's Sai, who is behind on victory points. So if the Grey Knights don't win, Sai is not winning either. Let's see if the truce holds when there's a back of a Bloodthirster within range and a Warlord as well.
I've only told him he can just not
We'll see. We'll see. He's literally sitting in front of like 8 las cannons there.
There's a character there. Well, you've got to get through things. There's the temple there to take. Use your character.
We'll see.
Right. Truce is holding so far. My Marines have moved up, so they are in range of claiming that. All of those have moved up to support that. My Defiler and my Marines and the Predator have shot at these Grey Knights.
Wasn't your finest hour, really, was it?
But I thought so.
But could not scrape off the last 2, no matter how many dice you threw at it.
Some Demon Prince again.
Yeah.
And you took a wound from summoning because you rolled a double, but
Yep.
no much difference.
Could have had a Lord of Change.
Yeah, you
So close.
rolled double 6, re-rolled the other dice to try and get to the 17 needed, but failed. You didn't shoot the Bloodthirster side, which I was most disappointed about.
Well, having that go into the knight thing over there.
Oh, he hasn't.
whittling it
He
down.
hasn't gone in yet. He's sitting in the middle of your lines. I can see the treachery etched on his face.
You're coming down there.
I ask you, viewers, would you trust that man?
What?
Male Demon Prince is up here now on the summoning table, so
Yep.
nice boost for that. And my Marines here have basically moved over to help and deal with those Grey Knights.
Makes sense.
Would you trust an orc player? That's the question.
Okay, is that your turn done, Si?
That I believe is everything done. So
Over to Grey Knights then. Okay, so it is Grey Knight turn 2, but game turn 4. Gets confusing at this point. We're not sure how much longer the game's going to go on because we have friends arriving. So I had to push for some different tactics. My tactics were attempt to get Nick to turn on Si. So I did this by trying to deny Nick victory points, meaning that he can't afford for Si to get extra victory points because then Si will catch him up, if that makes sense, because Nick is leading 4-1. So what I did, I took out Nick's Soul Grinder, meaning that his Demon Prince was in the closest target to my Dread Knight. I then opened fire with everything. Didn't roll particularly well and only got 4 wounds through to him, but all was not lost. It was an 8-inch charge and I get to re-roll my charge distances due to my Warlord trait. Failed it twice, damn it. So couldn't take out Demon Prince, which means Nick's going to gain a VP if he manages to summon with that. Rest of the stuff fired, mainly took this stuff down here, took out the Soul Grinder with their smites and such. Over here, Nick had his massive blob of 30 bloodletters, alas, no more. 6 Grey Knights and a Banner Bearer, that's what you need. A few smites thrown in, doing 3 damage time is awesome. And then the Banner Bearer gives them all extra attacks, they're re-rolling failed wound rolls.
Took 1 wound in return.
Yeah, they just butchered their way straight through all of those. Were awesome. So that's that done, and that was basically what I did. Oh, what else did I do? I cast Vortex of Doom, got a double 6, which caused me a perils, which lost both my models, but I managed to kill some of Si's models as well. I killed 5 of them, which was pretty sweet.
It stops me or Si gaining a victory point for killing those last ones.
Yeah. And that was my turn. Moves on to Nick. Let's see if he will turn on Si, or whether he will hope that Si doesn't catch him up. Time will tell.
End of Khorne turn 4.
And we know this is the last turn of the game,
Yes,
so our friends are turning up and we're going to be playing different games.
Yeah. So the Bloodthirster moved 8 inches as far as he could.
Yep.
He needed a big charge. It was 12 inches away.
The picture kind of gives away what happened here.
Got the 11, so I got the charge in, and I did that attack first.
Yeah, you survived all the Overwatch, which is pretty good.
Yeah, because you didn't hit.
You hit me 4 times. You wounded me 4 times.
I wounded you 4 times.
And I cockily went 3 up in one, laughing at Nick.
Yeah.
Failed 3 of them. My
Used
command
the last
point,
command
my
point.
last command point saved me 1 of them, and then Nick did me 8.
Because it's D6 damage.
Yeah.
If I had got that other one through There's a chance because you've got 4 wounds left.
Yeah, I got 4 left. I started with 12.
If that other attack, if you hadn't saved it, got through.
Because I'm fighting against a demon. The Grey Knight Grandmaster is pretty epic. I'm hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. Yeah. And then I'm wounding on 3s, re-rolling any.
Again, you got 2 wounds through, but they did D6. They turned into 9 wounds.
Yeah, 9 wounds I got through because my hammer does a lot of damage.
You did 4, I saved 2. 2 got through, did 9. And then my 6 up, I made 1 save. And
I did exactly the right amount of wounds.
Because he's already taken wounds from Simon. He was on 8.
So I'm taking the moral victory here.
So that was it. But I gained a victory point this turn from the Demon Prince summoning 20 bloodletters.
Yep. Remember, at the end of the game, whichever Chaos player, assuming I haven't won, which I'm not going to, whichever Chaos player controls this gains 3 extra victory points.
So my Herald is up here as well anyway. I moved him up, so he's now surrounded by bloodletters again. The small unit of 6 bloodletters that were up here charged into the Demon Prince's size up here.
Yeah, try to knock him down.
Try to do some damage, knock him down.
Good tactic.
Possibly. I did 2 wounds to him, but as I thought would happen by not killing him, he's butchered me back. But there's still 1 left in combat. So I could leave combat and move away, or stay there. And
what are the scores on the doors?
5 for me, 1 for Si.
So let's just go through victory points so we know what situation we're in. So at the end of the game, so after Si's last turn, whoever controls up here gets 3 victory points. That could well be the swinger. Si needs to get another 4 just to draw level with Nick as it stands.
Si will be getting 1 at the start of his turn.
1 down here for controlling that, and let's assume he summons with that Demon Prince.
But he's got to be at least 6 inches away from my...
But remember, he can summon behind, that's no problem.
And then he's got to try and charge in.
No, but just for getting a victory point for that. He might be able to kill all those things.
Sorry, I mean, I have to say...
But other ways to gain victory points, my Grandmaster on 4 wounds, he's worth 2 VPs. Yeah. My dudes over there are worth 1 VP per unit. All of your characters are worth 1 VP.
Yeah.
Anything could happen. Let's wait and see for the end of Si's turn. End of Chaos Space Marine turn 4. Si, what happened? This is the end of the game.
Well, it was going to have to be a massive push here. So everything swarmed around the centre. Kind of... mostly ignoring the Grey Knights.
It was a pretty tactical turn, though. It required quite a lot of thinking on your behalf, I think.
God, yeah. Basically, I had to clear what was up there.
But you also had to gain a load of victory points because you were well behind.
Yeah.
So obviously, I gained 1 from being on here.
Yeah.
So put him up to 2.
I gained 1 from summoning.
Up to 3.
And you summoned another Demon Prince.
Yeah.
That one there, who did a lot.
Oh, he was fantastic. So, my psychic phase, I managed to kill the Dread Knight.
Smited it through all of my Deny the Witches.
So
the finishing smite came from this guy?
No, I think it was this one.
Yeah, one of those there.
So I put him up to 5 VPs, equaling mine.
Yep.
So then, it all came down to the centre.
Yep.
And quite literally,
everything
fired at
that could possibly get a shot on killed them.
I lost 12 in the shooting phase, basically.
And in the end, you have to charge him with the flamer to get an extra wound down to automatically get rid of them.
This Demon Prince charged into Nick's Demon Prince there. He was only on 2 wounds.
Did 2 wounds. I failed to make a save, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So that cleared him.
And gaining you another victory point, plus the 2 you got from mine. That put you 6-5 up. Yeah. So... if you drew up here, that was fine, but Nick still had his...
At the point where before assaulting, if I'd rolled a 1 on the morale, I was winning because I would have 1 model left that was troop secure.
That's it.
And my other Demon Prince failed its charge against the Demon Princes. So I just had to take a gamble and throw
That's it, but end of the game, you have... 1, 2, 3 models up there. Nick has the 1.
He did enough some extra wounds in combat, so even if I rolled a 1 on morale...
To think you had 20 models up there at the start and none at the end.
But enough shooting at them.
Oh,
it's 5 up in battle. So I've made some saves, but not... obviously, 5 up save is not easy to make anyway. But
the Grey Knights have lost their commander. They've really only got that big unit left over there.
Yeah.
I made this mission up thinking the Grey Knights might have a chance. I didn't think they were going to win necessarily unless you two fucked each other. But the sheer amount of stuff you summoned, when I came in, you had bigger armies than when you started. It was absurd.
So it ended 9-5 to Si.
9-5, well done, Si.
3 victory points for controlling that at the end.
I'm impressed with it. I mean, I think I've summoned at least 4 Demon Princes.
Yeah, you can see why usually you have to pay points for the summoning. But I thought it'd be really fun to go with the proper rules of not paying points for summoning. And I found it really interesting. The fact that both armies could do it. I think playing an army that can summon versus one that can't summon would not be much fun. But the fact you both could, it was awesome.
My little 3 points here.
Yeah.
who summoned 30 bloodletters.
He summoned like 30 power points, I
30
think.
bloodletters, a soul grinder, a demon prince. No, the other demon prince summoned some bloodletters, some more bloodletters up here. Yeah,
Loads of stuff.
The amount of stuff that one little.
But I felt it really made the game super interesting because every turn you could toolbox in what you needed to do what you wanted.
Well, provided you got there.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, it was nice because obviously, Khorne as usual. My first turn, obviously, I was going first. I had to charge across, which I did, but unfortunately left your Grey Knights to only come in behind me.
But the fact that you had sworn to I couldn't get near the centre. I think my best chance of winning was getting characters on the centre.
And unfortunately, I lost these at the turn too soon. Unfortunately, it was I was trying to hold on to them.
You did well getting the VPs for them early game, but the fact that I came and pushed you off them.
Well, I mean, that one wasn't as hard to get the VPs from early game, so there wasn't as much stuff over there. But this one, I just swarmed first turn and went, I'm getting the VP from this one at least, and then the next turn up.
For me, going last was the key.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was.
It seemed at the beginning we were all a bit, should Sire take in second turn? But it proved how key it was. The 3 VPs at the end.
It might have. I mean, it would have probably sounded for me if Sire did go first. You had around shooting me first. So
exactly. You wanted to go first, but going second was, I think, probably one Sire that.
Yeah.
How many Demon Princes do you think we had on the table this game?
We had one to start with.
We had one each to start with.
I've
summoned
out
3
extra. 3, 4. I think we summoned.
You summoned about 2, I think.
We've
had maybe 7 different Demon Princes. Okay, we better wrap up because we've got some board games to play. So thanks for the game, guys. Look, Mouse is on camera. He's over there. I'll have to blur that out. Go. I apologise. Well done, Si. Congratulations. Victory is yours. Well earned. The Grey Knights will be back another day.